morning, traders. Welcome to today's edition of Outlier Live, where we are covering the top news stories of the day. First story of the day, I don't know if you've gotten your Tesla yet, but we're about to run out of Teslas. Let me pull up that window here. We're about to run out of Teslas. Get ready. The second story of the day is the U.S. senators are continuing to bet against the U.S. economy. And our final story of the day, hey, if you own an Airbnb or were looking to own an Airbnb, you're about to be in a world of trouble. We're going to be covering all three of those today on today's Outlier Live. You're just tuning in. My name is Christopher Ewell, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And today's episode is sponsored by OVTLYR.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why outliers win. All right, so the first story of the day, we're about to run out of Teslas, right? Tesla's Shanghai factory just hits 2 million car production milestone. Now, of course, I'm just joking. We're about to run out of Teslas. That's not going to happen anytime soon. But that's the big news of the day. Tesla is growing so big, so fast, hey, that we're only about 2 million cars away from production milestones at this point. So that is pretty awesome, right? Tesla, I mean, I am a Tesla owner. I had been wanting to be a Tesla owner for years. And when I had the opportunity to go ahead and take delivery of mine, you better believe I did it right away. And I'm not the only one. So many people this year, now we're talking about the Shanghai factory, but we also need to be talking about the Austin and the Fremont factories here in the US. So many people this year are looking to get those Teslas for the huge reason of the fact that there are $7,500 tax rebates on most models that are actually going to be ending in the next few months. Now, of course, nobody wants to see these tax credits go away, and they certainly don't want the opportunity to get a huge write-down on their taxes and get a new car at the same time. So Tesla is hitting these huge milestones, and of course, the stock is going to be probably well bolstered because of that. Let's go to the outlier data and take a look. We got a buy signal on Tesla on August 31st, so just a few days ago. So if you weren't already in Tesla, now could be an opportune time to be looking to buy some Tesla stock because we did just get a buy signal. Plus, we have some great news. The fact that Tesla is just selling all the Teslas that they possibly can, hitting 2 million cars in the Shanghai factory. So if you like that story, let us know by hitting the like button down below. If you like Tesla, hit the like button down below. Be sure to subscribe, and let's go to our next story of the day. This is bad. This is really bad. When the senators are out there short selling stocks, when the U.S. lawmakers who have their hands inside of every insider trading thing that they possibly can are out there selling stocks and short selling stocks, in the case of this senator here, we got some major, major problems on the horizon. But if you're just tuning in, my name is Christopher Ewell, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Today's episode is sponsored by Outlier.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why outliers win. Now, I don't know about you, but hearing that the senators are not just selling their stock, meaning going to cash, not just saying, you know what, I don't want to be invested in this market. Maybe it's a little overbought, whatever. They're actively betting against you, right? If you own stocks right now, these lawmakers who have access to everything and under penalty of law cannot be charged for insider trading. They have a leg up that nobody else has. And if they are actively betting against you, against the stock market, against the economy, we're toast. I mean, we could just leave it there, right? If the lawmakers are out there buying inverse ETFs, buying puts, they're basically saying, you know what? We're betting against the economy. Senator Carper recently made headlines for betting against the economy. Carper is a member of the Senate Finance Committee and, oh, what do you know, a friend of angry old Joe Biden. And, right, the incident highlights whether lawmakers should trade stocks. Well, listen, they can trade stocks for now, and they have to report their purchases for now. Reports emerged that Carper purchased thousands of dollars worth of a stock called ProShares Short QQQ ETF, which moves in the opposite direction of the market. The only way he makes money is if the price of the stock market goes down. Let me reiterate that. This means that Senator Carper is actively betting against you. Senator Carper is saying, we think the market is going to go down, and I think it's going to go down so much, I am actively saying, you know what? I'm betting against you. Whoever is out there buying stocks right now, you're a fool. That's what he's saying. He's literally talking to you right now saying, you're a fool for buying stocks. Is that what you want? I certainly don't like that. I certainly don't like that one bit whatsoever. Right? Now, of course, this could end up being a nothing burger, and Senator Carper's off the hook and no one cares. But let's be realistic here. If he is actively putting his money to work with the intention of price going down, there's only one way that this works out, and it's not in your favor as an investor. Now, I don't love that at all, but let's go look at the outlier data, because if we look at the outlier data for QQQ, we did get a buy signal back in July, and it's been kind of hovering, going sideways since then. And the oscillator right here, this blue line, that gives you a hint that, you know what, this is actually getting stronger. So while it's gone sideways since that buy signal has come, this indicator here shows that this is going to be getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And let's just hope that Senator Carper is wrong, and we can take him to the bank this time. Instead of those politicians taking the money from us, maybe for once, we can take our money from them. Hit the like button down below, because I know you like that story, and we want to share that out to as many people as possible, that we need to take down these lawmakers. We need to let them know we're not going to stand for this anymore. And let's get ready for our final story. Well, if you own an Airbnb, I feel bad for you, son. I don't have 99 Airbnbs, but a problem, I don't have one. I completely butchered that. But I will say, if you own Airbnbs, you're about to be in a world of hurt right now. And that's not a hyperbolic statement. And if you're just tuning in, my name is Christopher Yule, and I love talking about stocks and finding those outlier trades with outsized returns. And if you're interested in that too, be sure to definitely hit the subscribe button down below. And today's episode is sponsored by Outlier.com. Go to OVTLYR.com to find out why outliers win. Now, I don't mind staying in an Airbnb. Every once in a while, there can be some pretty awesome places. My family and we recently stayed at one in Galveston, and it was beautiful. A 3-story villa overlooking the ocean, and of course, the water down there is not very beautiful. It's all brown, but it was pretty nice to be able to have this incredible home to stay in. You know, the run of the house. Basically, New York has said we're not going to let them do that anymore. So let's break this down a little bit. This is going to get pretty juicy, right? The result of a staggering divergence between effective mortgage rates, which was almost everyone refinanced into a 30-year mortgage when rates were at record lows, and they locked in a nice, low, long rate for a long, long time. And current year mortgages, which is about 7.5%, which nobody can afford. So basically the author of this is saying there's a huge discrepancy between what there is today in mortgage rates versus what people had been taking for the last decade or so, right? And you can see this huge, huge spike in what real rates have become. And investor home purchases have fallen 45% from a year earlier in the second quarter. And that outpaces a 31% drop in overall home sales. So overall home sales are down 31%, but investor home purchases, they're down 45%. Basically half. Half of the investors have said, "No, we can't afford to be buying this market right now." And let's see. Let's continue to scroll down here. Here we go. The Airbnb boom is tuning into an Airbnb bust. Starting today, the short-term rental landscape is changing drastically in New York City, and according to the company itself, will be effectively banned, threatening the entire Airbnb business model in the Big Apple in New York and in other big cities to follow. So what are the rules that New York is putting in place, right? Well, there's a limit on guests. Short-term rentals can accommodate no more than 2 paying guests at a time. When my family and I went down there, I think we had 20 people, right? It's a 5-bedroom house. We had, families with kids, grandparents, all that stuff. Everybody was there. But you're saying there's only 2 people at a time, regardless of the property size or the number of bedrooms. Airbnb as a company is toast, right? If you own Airbnb, you are toast. The host is required to physically be present while their properties are being rented. So let's back this up here. Not only can I not take my whole family and enjoy a beautiful oceanside villa, or in this case, enjoy the New York City nightlife, right? No. We have to be there with the owner present. A big smelly old dude who has tons of these Airbnbs has to physically walk down there, plop his butt on the couch and say, hey, I'm here. All right, let's enjoy the show. Y'all go have fun while I sit here and just hang out. That's not going to happen. That's not going to fly. And then unlock doors. Let's say, for example, if you're renting out a room at your house, okay, let's say you're already renting it out and you are physically staying there, right? No big deal. All the interior doors have to be unlocked. All of the interior doors have to be unlocked. So what you're telling me is, I'm renting out a spare bedroom in my house. I'm only allowed to let 2 people stay there. So this nice couple comes from out of town. They're staying there. But this nice couple happens to be criminals. They happen to be axe murderers, right? I can't actually lock my door. I have to leave my door wide open. So when they decide to get up in the middle of the night and perform their normal nightly activities, they're just going to walk right on in and take out my family. Or let's say, for another example, they do some other nightly activities, right? All the doors have to stay unlocked. You have to physically be there and be listening to all those activities. I'm not in the mood for that. I'm just saying, you do you or whatever else you're doing, but leave me out of it, okay? No, that's not going to happen with Airbnbs. Now, all of this has to be wide open, right? Naturally, Airbnb has sued to have the law gutted, claiming it's effectively a ban on short-term rentals, but a judge has already dismissed the case. So, this is a huge problem if you own Airbnbs, or if you were looking to own Airbnbs. And this person actually put a few steps of what's going to happen to you if you own Airbnbs, right? What's going to happen? First off, cash flow is no longer going to be covering your mortgage and expenses. So you're going to stop making the payments. The bank is going to see what they can do. Then they're going to be looking to sell your home at foreclosure. And when they do, let's say you owe $1 million and they sell it at foreclosure for $750,000. They forgave $250,000 of your debt. So now you actually owe taxes on that $250,000 gift that the bank gave you by writing off $250,000 of that debt. And basically your life is ruined. So if you own Airbnbs, I think if you haven't put your home on the market, it might be time to do so right away while you might still be able to find buyers. But it's going to be really hard to find buyers when rates are 3 times higher than they were just a few years ago. And the prospect of those buyers turning them into investment properties, that's not looking so good either. So I don't know about you, but if you were in the Airbnb market, now might be a great time to be getting out of the Airbnb market if you even can. So taking a look at the real estate sector and Outlier, we can actually see it got a buy signal a couple days ago, and this market has been really strong. We've got a nice recovery indicator for the real estate market. So listen, the real estate market has been trounced with these higher interest rates. The Airbnb market has been trounced because of these new regulations that could be spreading like wildfire across the country. But the real estate market, if you're looking to be an investor in XLRE, does have a buy signal right now, according to the Outlier data. So thank you all so much for coming today. Be sure to hit the like button if you found that story useful. I'd really like to know in the comments what you thought about that and all the other stories that we covered today. And before we go, real quick, to get the trading data that you need in today's markets, go to ovtlyr.com. Let me say that one more time. To get the trading data that you need in today's markets, go to ovtlyr.com to see why outliers win. There we go. Have a fantastic day, and thank you so much for tuning in today's Outlier Live, and I'll see you on the next episode.